I am in a Google Meet chat right now. And so while I'm in this chat, I'm going to show you a couple tips and things that you can do. So I have a couple other devices scattered around my house. And so I have one right here with my dog sitting on the couch. And I have another device that shows up right here. So I can, first of all, by default, whenever someone starts talking, it will automatically take control or recognize who's talking, and it'll put that person front and center. So if my dog was the one talking, it would automatically go front and center right here to that screen if I wanted to. I can choose to pin somebody into my screen if I want them to. So if I hover over my little picture here, a little pin shows up just like that. And this will, I can pin or make this the focus of the person that's doing it instead of just whoever is the one doing the talking. I'd highly recommend that students have their microphone turned off like this. That way it's not picking up any outside noise. If you open up somebody's, or maybe somebody is giving a bunch of feedback, and you can turn their microphone off for them. So all I have to do is just tap on somebody and pin them so that they open up, and I can mute or unmute their microphone just like that, and it'll control. And then again, I could click back on myself and it would go back to me. So this is how a Google Meet works. I do the talking. Everyone else is sitting there watching. There is a chat tool up here at the top that they could be posting comments that can go on. They can ask questions and things that way if you would like. Or if you would like them to, if I tap here, I can see who is in the conversation. And each person has a little triangle underneath them. And again, from here, I can also pin. It won't let me mute unless I've pinned them first, but I can also remove people from the chat if I need to. So another thing I'd highly recommend you do is in the bottom right-hand corner, you have a More Options button here. There's an option here to record your meeting. I would get in the habit of telling it to record that meeting at the beginning of your message. Or at the beginning of your conference. So it's going to say, okay, make sure you have everyone's consent. I hit accept. And what it's going to do is it's going to start recording my entire meet, including what everyone else is saying, all the participations, and it's going to save that recording directly to my Google Drive whenever it's finished. Only the person who starts the chat will be able to see it unless I share it with other people. But then I have it, so if I wanted to post that online for other people who are unable to attend, to be able to go later and do that, they can. So I can see now in the upper left-hand corner that it is recording. If I wanted to stop, I could simply tap on those three dots again and tell it to stop recording at any time. I can also change the layout. I have some different options here. If I do auto, it'll automatically do it based on what's happening. If I go over here and change layout, I can also do a spotlight. This will feature the one person who's talking, like I mentioned. If I change layout here again and go to tiled, it puts everybody in tiles. So it's just a matter of personal preference and how you like this to be. If I'm giving my presentation and I'm going through it and I wanted to present my screen at some point and demonstrate something, I can tap the Present Now button. And when I do that, I can present my entire computer screen onto their iPad. So if I'm trying to demonstrate how to do something, I can tell it to present this to your screen. It says, do you want to allow this? I say yes. And then now my computer screen is being presented to everybody else. So whatever I am doing is automatically showing up on their screens at the same time. And then whenever I'm done, I can just tell it to stop presenting and it'll go back to my webcam whenever it's finished. I also have the ability down here at the bottom to turn on my captions. When captions are turned on, it is going to start transcribing everything that I'm saying or anyone is saying in my chat, and it's going to put those things down here at the bottom. If I need to add more people at any point in time, I can do that. I can go ahead and clap on my Meet over here, and then if someone wants to join the chat, they can either click on the link that I may have posted in Google Classroom, or they can just open the Meet app and punch in this code They don't need the dashes, just the letters, and that will join them to this chat if they need to. When I'm finished with my meeting, all I'm going to do is tap on my three dots, and I'm going to simply tell it to stop recording. This will stop this recording and save it directly into my drive. And then I'm going to go ahead and hit the hang up button here to end my meet. It may take a while for your recorded meet to save into your drive, depending on how busy they are and how long your recording was. But when you're finished, it'll actually send you an email, and that email tells you that, hey, your recording has been uploaded, and it gives you a link to it. So the name of your recording is the name of that code. And so if I go back into my drive, I can simply either search for that code or just look for recent files. And so I can double click it to open it up. If it hasn't finished processing yet, I may have to download it. Otherwise, if I wait a little bit longer, it should process. But the downloaded version looks like this. And this is my saved meet. It shows me who's talking. It switches back and forth, shows me all of my views and anything that I had recorded in my meet. And so if I wanted to, I could then post this video, share a link to it to my Google Classroom. So maybe if I went back into my drive and tapped my three dots, I could tell it to share and get a shareable link. I could share a link to this in Google Classroom for other students to be able to go back and watch later if they were unable to participate live. So that is the basics on running a meet. You can set it up however you'd like. Again, you as the controller are the moderator, and you're the one who gets to control what exactly is happening. And you can jump back and forth and person to person and control your web conference. And that is Google Meet.